Let there be light. I welcome you, brothers and sisters, my fellow citizens of the Republic of Zambia, to today's talk on the Light of Zambia channel. So to those of you that have been watching my videos that I've posted on this channel, I believe you've heard where I promised that I'll be creating and publishing more videos to explain some of the things that we've read in the manifesto that I presented for the Light of Zambia project. So in this particular video, we're going to be concentrating on the differences between democracy and Ubuntu Model of Governance. So what I'm trying to establish here is to help you understand that Ubuntu Model of Governance is better than democracy. So I'll be showing you the bad side of democracy, while it's showing you the benefits that we could get if we implemented Ubuntu Model of Governance. So we've experimented with democracy for some time now, and I think most of the things that I'll be talking about or showing you here, you are likely going to agree with me, because these are the things that I've seen happening in a democratic country, which things I know they are not desirable. So without wasting much of our time, let me present this presentation to you, which I've prepared. So here it is, the project, the Light of Zambia project, LOZ for short, and we are talking about democracy versus Ubuntu Model of Governance. So on the left side, in the red box, we are discussing the disadvantages of using democracy as a system of governance in a country. In this particular case, in Zambia. On the right side, in the white box, we are showing the benefits, or should I say the advantage of using Ubuntu Model of Governance as a system of governance in our country, Zambia. So here what we are trying to show is the failure of democracy, and on the other hand, we are showing the benefit of using the Ubuntu Model of Governance in our country. So, number one, it reads polarization of the country. Democracy promotes, I'm on the left side, on the democracy side, democracy promotes polarization, division of the country, which results in demonization of one group by the other. Now, this is a problematic scenario, especially when it is taking place at national level. Because we Bantu people, being a people that embrace our respective tribal values, our polarization is mainly drawn on tribal lines, resulting into tribal hatred. And I think this is a fair reason. We've seen a lot of electoral violence taking place during campaigning periods. So now how are we sorting this problem out if we are going to use Ubuntu Model of Governance in the country, in our country, Zambia? So one on the right side, and it reads politics at chiefdom level. So here what we are doing is we are trying to move politics from the nation level to chiefdom level, because I believe that every one of us belongs to a chiefdom. Therefore, we are better managed if we are managed in those small units than to be lumped together, then pretend to be managed at that higher level. So, politics at chiefdom level. In the Ubuntu Model of Governance, politics are to be relegated to chiefdom, which is a smaller place and in which most of the citizens are ethnically related, hence eradicating chances of experiencing divisions and electoral violence during electoral campaign time. Even if there would be any pockets of violence that would erupt, it would be so easy for the investigative authorities to quickly identify the perpetrators and bring them to book. So you can see in Ubuntu Model of Governance, it's so easy to manage people because we are looking at a smaller geographic area. So it is so easy to pinpoint who caused or who perpetrated such an act of violence, or who is on the wrong side of the law. So it will be so easy to manage the people, because we are targeting a smaller portion of land. So we go to the next slide. The next slide, in which we have bullet 2. So, gigantic bureaucracy. Democracy is designed to be a gigantic bureaucracy, creating a huge separating gap between citizens and the topmost authority leader. This makes the topmost authority to develop a sense of invincibility, thereby causing them to fall into what I call the do-as-you-wish mode. This situation makes the country a fertile place for breeding corrupt activities, so that finances for the next electoral campaigns could be secured. How would we sort this problem out under the Ubuntu Model of Governance? In Ubuntu Model of Governance, municipal/town councils' constituency activities shall be devolved to chiefdoms. Power shall be in the hands of chiefs who are residents in these chiefdoms, respectively. It will therefore become so easy for them to monitor and implement government programs and projects, thereby achieving high levels of efficiency and effective utilization of public funds. This will develop the sense of self-determination which I see most tribes to be vying for in our country. So we move on to the next slide, where we have number 3. So it reads, usurps power. So democracy takes away power from people. Democracy usurps power from citizens of choice of leaders. In a representative democracy, the kind we practice in Zambia, choice of leaders is directed and controlled by money, as only the economically powerful are given the opportunity to stand for elections. This also promotes corruption amongst those in power, so that they can secure more funds for their next election. In a democracy, it is money that talks louder than voters. This makes democracy a conducive environment for neocolonialism to flourish. On the Ubuntu Model of Governance side, 3 states, chief as head of local government. In Ubuntu Model of Governance, a chief is at the helm of government in his or her chiefdom. A chief does not work with a deadline in mind. This gives him or her the desire to make their chiefdom developed and well-placed socially, economically, and politically. Further, citizens in a chiefdom have a broader pool of people from which to elect their leaders. These potential leaders do not require to have a lot of money for them to fully sell themselves to electorates, as they are also locals. This provides a leveled political playing field for all aspiring candidates. We move on. Number 4. So on the democracy side, the problem we've identified is dual leadership system. Democracy makes us to maintain 2 parallel lines of leadership, namely civil/civic leadership and traditional leadership, which to a certain extent is a source of confusion between these 2 leadership entities in our beloved country. It has been observed that traditional leaders are treated like second-class powerless leaders. In many instances, we have seen these systems clash with each other. How do we solve that problem? Ubuntu Model of Governance seeks to establish one line of leadership, that is traditional leadership, with a king as the head of central government, chiefs as legislators and ministers. Chiefs shall have elected officials under them to run the day-to-day affairs in their respective chiefdoms. This will improve service delivery in the country, and especially that UKZ, United Kingdom of Zambia, shall have enough money coming from revenues realized from sales of nationalized natural resources. Use and dump. Due to the fact that democracy is a system that is intimately intertwined with capitalism economic system, it makes leaders to only embrace the citizens when it is the electoral campaign period. After they are voted into office, they dump them and start calling them demeaning names such as junk youths. Due to frustrations that the citizens experience, they too resort to engaging themselves into all sorts of illegal activities, which is undesirable to the nation. Natives empowerment. Ubuntu Model of Governance emphasizes that natives should be the first ones to benefit from every developmental project that is to be carried out in a chiefdom. This will give numerous job and business opportunities to the people of the chiefdom, without leaving anyone behind languishing in poverty. Chiefs know their people, unlike the current confusion where people from other chiefdoms are the ones taking up all opportunities merely because they have connections at the expense of the locals. So these are some of the reasons I think it is important for us to go to the Ubuntu Model of Governance. And I think these reasons resonate very well with everyone that has been observing what democracy has done to our people and has done to our country. So brothers and sisters, I think we have a good chance for us to try this system called Ubuntu Model of Governance to be the only system that we have to depend on, because it is a system that is well connected to us as it is native to us. So for now, until we meet in the next video, I say, let there be light.